What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, Happy New Year 2025. Man, we are here. We're here now. Today, I have a special guest. My one of the I've had two from NZ, and this is one of them. And so today, I want to welcome to my channel, Seve Visuals. What's up, Seve?
What's up,
How are
boss?
you?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Oh man, all the way from NZ. The man is over here on holiday, and look what we do on our holiday. I'm grateful. Thank you for coming all the way from the GC.
Yeah, just on GC.
I think before we kick off, can you just give like a little insight of who you are, where you're from, your culture, all of that stuff?
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, my name is actually Justice Leo Seve. My Instagram is Seve Visuals. Where I'm from. So I'm from Auckland, New Zealand. Grew up out west, Kelston. Kelston boys. But yeah, stay out south now, Rewa, Weymouth ways, and married to my wife, Virginia, and then two little boys, so Sunny and Kenzo. So they're one's 3 and one's 9 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, that keeps me busy, and then just been doing videography and photography or content for the last just over a year, maybe a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Samoan Kukaila Māori, so my dad's Sa.
Oh, yeah.
My dad Patrick, and then mom was Kukaila Māori May. I've got 3 siblings, Joel, Jarvis, and Georgia. What else?
All J's.
Yeah, bro. So Georgia's the youngest one. She's a G.
Oh, G.
Yeah. So, So there's my 3. I'm the oldest, so 26 years old. Been doing this for the last year, as I was saying, year and a bit, and that's just like it's crazy that I get to meet everyone, and obviously jump on a potty with you while I'm out here. It's crack up because I'm on holiday, but the last 2 days there is like,
Message out there because there's creatives over here.
It's just like creators, like, wow, like these people, like one of them was like yesterday. It was just like off the cuff, but man, from there it's just like I just love meeting with these people, and it's good.
I'll run it back a little bit. So last year is when I met you on IG. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I was in Melbourne and I was doing like the parties over there for my boys over there. And I remember going back to the to my Airbnb and I'm reading my messages. And that's when you sent through a message saying you're coming here for holiday, and you're keen to link up. And I was like, bro, say no more, man. I was like, yeah, that's the one. I'm keen for that type of stuff. I'm just interested to know, bro, what made you reach out and say that, like that you're coming to the GC?
So I came across one of your podcasts with Javier. And then I was actually just reaching out just to have a coffee. And then I think when you messaged, have a chat, I was like, that means a podcast.
That's right. Yes,
but yeah, it was all good. I was just like, I'm keen to anything that helps, So it's just cool. Like even just having a chat and before even jumping on this, it was good. Just good to meet you.
Yeah.
Even the people that I've met while I'm over here, all good people, bro. And like Tony yesterday, and then obviously I've met Jordan before, and
you've come across a lot of people within the year that you've been in. So you started round about like January last year, is that
like beginning of December, so 2023 December. That was the time I actually, like, if you scroll down, like my first video was I think it was like end of November, beginning of December.
What made you want to get into it?
It's a funny story, bro. So I actually bought in 2023. I bought a camera. So even like rewinding a little bit back, I played footy for a club called Barosco Vikings out in Auckland, and I got injured this year, and I did my ACL back in 2019 or 2020, one of the years, and then I started an Instagram page for them with my little cousin, for the club. So I was just doing like little reels and of the boys playing, and because I obviously couldn't play and I was on the sideline the whole time. and then that made me like really love like making videos and like falling in love with it. So there's another like group that we made because we started going to there's like 3 things that I've done before even jumping into this actual whole space. One was the rugby league club content. 2 was actually, so all my mates from our church, we all go to church together in Mount Roskill, and
Nice.
we all used to go to these Warriors games, the Warriors, and we started dressing up in Spider-Man. That's funny, because so like it was one of the boys' stags, and then it was actually my brother's stag, and everyone was all dressed up. So, and the Warriors game was that night, and Spider-Man was just popping off at that time because I think the new movie had just come out. So all the young boys like, oh, we should go to the game in Spider-Man gears, like act as different Spider-Man, like wearing, like the multiverse and stuff.
Yeah, because there's different versions, eh? Yeah, that's right.
And all of us older guys, because there's a few older guys, like me and a few others, and we're like, bro, that's stupid. Like, don't do that. That's random. But it was just at that time where the whole, the Warriors were kicking off, up the wires and everything was going crazy. So we just said like, oh, sweet, we'll do it. Bro, and we walked through the tunnel, and the first time we walked through the tunnel, man, the cameras and everything was going crazy. Like, because there's maybe a big, like, maybe 80 of us.
Yeah.
It was a big stag kind of thing. And,
Oh, wow.
bro, and we're all walking around, like, you can see it on socials. The account's called Spy One Man. So we named it
Spy One.
Yeah, he's good with puns. So instead of Spider-Man, he named it Spy One Man because up the wires was going crazy. So bro, we walked down the tunnel and all these cameras are going on, like going crazy. And then that's when I was like, man, I should make an account. I should do some content for this because this is like pretty good.
Yeah.
So I told all the boys, record, like record on your phones and airdrop it to me and I'll make a video and then I'll make an account. So that was my second one. I made an account, and then bro, the Warriors reached out and then they wanted to collab, and then now it's like a whole thing. Like if you look at the Warriors' first post this year for their team, their season draw, it's got like the boys on it, the Spider-Man. So it's kind of like linked now. Yeah. So it's like 2 years later, but it wasn't my idea. It was one of the boys' ideas, but it was just like I just saw it as an opportunity to kind of.
You saw the moment, right? And it was like, bro, get this.
Oh man, and on the start, the boys they're like one of the funniest. Like they make a moment out of anything, bro. Yeah. And it was something like I was like, bro, I gotta capture this. So made that, and then that was another one, and then third one was like I was doing like we have like I've said it on my Instagram. We have like church events or church camp.
Yeah.
And we do skits and stuff at the end. Like boys like will do like we'll be in our groups and they're like, can you guys all do a musical item? So or music video. So the boys are all coming up with choreography and full on like, bro, it's funny, eh? Like full on chucking like smoke and all of that, and like like they have the full Boyz II Men, and so I started like videoing that, bro, on iPhone, like and I did it maybe like a good year and a half, and like just kept editing and kept practicing. This is all like CapCut, and then people were just telling me, bro, you should buy a camera, like honestly, like upgrade and start getting into it. So I bought the camera. That leads me to 2023. Bought the camera, but I was really busy with work.
So you had a day job at that time?
Yeah, bro. I was just normal, just a normal job, construction industry. Or at the time I was in construction, like signage. And
were you married at that time as well when this was happening?
So I was married and had my first son, Kenzo. Second son was on his way. But I got to a time, so I didn't use the camera, and it literally just sat in the box for 6 months. But I bought it secondhand off Marketplace. And bro, it just sat in the box. Like I didn't have time, or I didn't really I tried it and I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't. So I stuck to iPhone, bro. And then it got to a time where we were kind of like struggling financially, bro, and like just the way it worked out with the job that I was in, and it got like really bad where like we had to start selling stuff in our house just to kind of like make rent. So we were selling stuff like doing up like furniture to make like selling on Marketplace and flipping stuff, and then the camera was there, and obviously I'd paid like what, 1,100 or no, I'm not too sure how much it was, but a good amount. And my wife was like, we need to sell that.
I was gonna say she's
This is like week 4, maybe. So we sold everything up to week 4. And she's like, that's next. That will make our rent for the next 2 weeks. I'm like, nah, not that. Anything else? Like, and she's like, you don't even use it. And that was like the like the crossroads. It's like, she's like, you haven't even pulled it out. And I said, I'm gonna use it. And she was like, when? I was like, now, tomorrow. So I text my brothers and my cousins. I said, boys, let's go to the gym tomorrow. This is a Saturday night, so on a Sunday, let's go to the gym in the break because we had church in the morning, and I'll film you doing a workout at our church gym. So and then I started filming them, bro. Made the account, and then I just went all in. Like I just, I had to go all in because it's like if I wasn't using it, she was like, "You better use it, or I'm gonna sell it." But she didn't say it in a bad way, like bro. She's my biggest supporter, my wife. But it's funny. That's kind of how they start, and then from then, bro, it just run wild, and here we are.
Bro, I love that story, bro. I love what you just talked about just then. Because some of us still go through it now. Like the financial struggle. And I think it's so important for everyone to understand that, like, sometimes when we show what we got, sometimes we actually don't got it. You know what I mean? Like we don't actually have it. And so that it hit me when he shared that, because I went through a phase exactly like that, And so, but for it to be the motive, like that's next level. For it to be the motive for you to be like, okay, she's right, but I'm gonna say no. Like I'm gonna do this now,
Nah, because like I always was telling, like I was telling people I'm gonna use, like I bought a camera, I'm gonna use it, but I never really did. Like I didn't put the action into it. So that was just like, even though it was that point, that was kind of just like the kickstart.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of they overthink it. Like they think, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they never actually like do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that point of time. But like what you said, financially and all of that, bro, we all go through it.
Exactly, bro. 100%. So like when you said that, like that hit me, because I've been there. I know what that feels like. But like I'm just so happy of how you flipped that into a motive and then came out on it, And like one thing I gotta say about NZ, because I was born there myself. So I'm from East Auckland, from Panmure GI.
True. I got a good friend that's from there.
Yeah. And so I came over here in 2007. But one thing I gotta say, bro, is like that period when I was there, like my boys, my friends I had back there, my gosh, bro, like those are the boys that I love. Cause like what you said, like they just make something out of nothing. Hey, like if there was one thing that I'll always be grateful for, is that I was always happy, even though there were times where I didn't have much. We were always happy because we'll just go play touch, and that was enough.
Very hard.
You know what I mean? But it was the vibes that I had around them, like 24/7, bro. It was like addictive, eh? Like
even though like exactly what you're saying, bro. Like even in the moment or like that point of time, you might think it's not, like it's all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
I always like I look back at things now. Like I use my Snapchat memories a lot because it's got 1 year ago and like 2 years ago. Even like, but I've been using it for like 9 years. So I got 9 year ago memories.
It saves it all on there?
Yeah, just my memories, bro.
Oh, on Snapchat?
Yeah. So I love, like, I've had my same Snapchat since like high school. So I love looking back at that stuff, and it's just like, I kind of like, reminiscing. Yeah. And I'm big on that.
That's it.
And then that I think we're all big on that because we all, in the content space, we all capture those type of stuff.
Yeah, 100.
But then when I think about it, it's like, how do I put it? My mom used to always say, there's a verse that she always said is Romans 8:28, which is, all things work for the good of those who love him. And that was a good verse that she was telling us at that time when we were struggling. She was helping us out heaps. Was like, even though in the moment it might seem like, but if you continue to trust God and that and put him first, everything will fall into play. And bro, like, look how far he's taken us now. And it's like, bro, I'm grateful as even in that time I was grateful because, you still got your family around you.
Like those type of things, it molds you. You know what I mean? Like for you, because everyone's bottom is different, meaning like the bottom, the lowest of their life, everyone's different, but I think when you come out of that, you'll never forget that, and so everything that you have in life is just adds to where you came from.
It's like your story, yeah.
Exactly, bro. And that's what makes you one of one. Like, no one else can be like you because of where you came from, how you went through your life. Very, very different. It's you, right? And so, yeah, just adding back to what we was talking about with the boys there, I have a lot of core memories because of that. Like when you're talking about reminiscing, that's exactly it. I'll talk with my boys like, years on now, and we always go back to certain things that we did as a kid, It's just like, I remember and I remember it because some of the moments are embarrassing, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what they do, eh? My boys from home are good at bringing up times where I was like,
100. That's insane.
they're good at like remembering things that I had that I don't want to remember,
That's kind of like why I named my name Seve. So because that's kind of like me, like just like grounding myself, just remembering where like
yeah.
remembering your day ones. Like that was actually a nickname that I had at high school, bro. So it was given to me like from my boys. We used to have a group called A1 Merit. It's like all of us, all of us boys, and they called me that because my last name was Leo Seve. But I actually started that off as my business name, or like the Instagram name, because I didn't want people to know it was me. Because I was, that imposter syndrome feeling when you start, you're not meant to be here, or you're too shy to show your face on camera. And
You felt that?
Oh, bro, harder. I think everyone feels that. To be honest, even now, you still feel that when you're in like certain jobs, like a big job. You're like, what the? Like yesterday, bro, I was with Jai Opitaya, and I was like, the heck am I doing here?
Oh.
Like, if I wasn't hadn't had the reps of being uncomfortable and putting myself into uncomfortable positions, it's like then I wouldn't have been able to do that. But bro, yesterday was a blessing, honestly.
When you walk away from it, you know what I mean? Like once it's done and you walk away, it's so good, you know what I mean? You then think to yourself like, man, I'm grateful. Like I just went.
Grateful, honestly, being grateful
to be there.
100.
I think like we'll probably jump into that section now because before we started the cameras, we were talking a little bit, and you did mention that like within this year, you've managed to cross paths with a lot of people, bro, a lot of creatives. Is it just creators or just people in general, business people as well?
Oh yeah, heaps, bro. Yeah. Like business people as well.
So if you want to just name a few, some of the people you've crossed and how you crossed them.
If I go in like a timeline way, so like obviously like started putting my own stuff out, and then it got to like the third or fourth month, and bro, a big name was Jaden Lang. So he was coming to New Zealand, and he put up a story. Oh, I'm coming to New Zealand. Like I need a New Zealand videographer. And at the time, I viewed the story in like 2 minutes, bro. So I was like, I messaged, hey, Supples, I only just made my page and this and that, and I'm keen to give it a crack. And bro, he was like, yeah, like, oh, give me a call. Yeah. Bro, from there, bro, like honestly, from there, I just like, bro, when I went to his gym meet in Avondale, and then DSL1, that's the gym, and then shot his stuff there. From that, I met Chongi and all of those boys. Bro, I met Samuel Sefa on that day, Zion and all the other. But then, from that kind of like was a fast track as well. So from there, I did the video, and then the video crossed Dave Latilla, who's Brown Butterbean in New Zealand. Huge following, bro. Like he's massive following. Does a lot of things for the people. Charity wise and all of that. And then he asked me to come on a shoot for him. He's looking for a videographer at the time to shoot a shoot. But I get to the shoot and it was Joseph Parker. I was like, Tully. Oh, sorry. I was like, Tully. Like, I didn't even have my own lens.
Dang.
So I shot the Joseph Parker one. Yeah. And then after that, I shot another one for him because he asked me to come back. And then from there, he said, oh, bro, like I'll offer you a full-time job. And that for me was like, what? Like massive, like, wait, so you're saying I could wake up in the morning and go grab my camera and take photos and videos, edit for a living? Like, I was like in shock, So I asked my wife and she said, well, you got to double check that he's going to look after you, Like we got 2 kids at the time. So yeah, he said, "Oh, bro, I'll look after you." And then since then, I jumped on with him in March, and then through that, I met a lot of people, bro.
Ah,
I mean, like,
man.
yeah, that was like I was with him for 8 months. I've only just stepped away in December, but I'm gonna contract out just so I can because my own freelance business is kind of getting a lot of work, and I was taking a lot of time off. But so now I'm kind of contracting to him and then contracting to my own as well. So all is under my own business name. But then not only that, I've met through that. Not just through that, but going along, I've met a lot of creators. 280 Visuals is Liam. He's one of the big ones. I used to watch his videos, bro, when I was digging holes, bro. Like I remember digging because I used to do gas fitting back in the day. I used to, with my cousin Xavier, and I used to dig holes, bro. And I was sitting in the hole one time watching the 280 Visuals edit. We're thinking, bro, this is so cool. And then now I'm like working alongside him, and I was telling him, bro, I used to be in a hole watching your stuff. So there's him, there's Seve Visuals, there's so many who else is there? Even through that, like I've met people in like the business space, like J Boy from Brown Pride. He owns a CrossFit gym called Brown Pride in New Zealand. Real good self.
I've seen his stuff pop up heavy with Koa. Like when they'll go there, some of them will go jam there. I think he'll meet Jordan sometimes when he goes over there.
Yeah. But then even through Johnny, he's like introduced me to like Orion Tiatia, who owns OT Consulting, and then bro, it's kind of like a lot. But even in the CrossFit space, I didn't start off with J Boy. I got in the CrossFit space through a good friend that I reached out to before I even met Jaden Lang. I reached out to him and I said, "Oh, bro, like his name's Chaz Brown. He's got a good like a network in New Zealand, but he does CrossFit. And I knew him through League, so I kind of used like the League networks to tie into this.
Good crossover, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then even the story with him, bro, is pretty funny. He's like, "Oh yeah, keen." Like, because I looked on his page and I noticed he hadn't like had much like socials. So I said, "Bro, I'm keen to pump some socials for you." So he said, "Come to my comp." So I rock up to the comp, bro, and I've talked about this before. I bought my camera, but like they have their own media team.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed inside. And I only had like the kit lens at the time, you know, like the wide lens.
Yeah.
So I said to Chaz, "Oh, bro, I can't even get you, bro. You're too far." And he goes, "Guys, sneak in." And I was like, what do you mean sneak in? He's like, "Yeah, I'll give you a shirt and come in with the athletes."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" Bro, but like, you know, like from being like, bro, like in my head, I just like think, bro, just do it, you know? Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
But the worst happened, I got kicked out. No,
but you went in.
I went in, filmed, got what I needed, bro, and then quickly went out, edited it up, checked it out, and then through that, bro, like Sweet Drops, this guy Bronson, he's seen it. He's like, "Bro, like you should have told me. I would have given you a media pass." I was like, "Oh, sorry, I was too shy," you know. And then he brought me into the latest comp with Inter Champs, and bro, it's just it's kind of like flown effect.
Yeah, look at the play out, bro. That's massive. And I need to add that like this is all within like a year. Like this is a crazy.
You can do a lot in a year, bro. Hold up,
bro. But for you, like those names, man, they're big names, you know.
Because even like weddings, bro. I was in the wedding space. Like what you were saying.
Yeah.
I did even when I first started, this guy we had a coffee and then he brought me on some shoots. His name's Peter LaPepe.
Yeah.
Did some weddings and bro, we did heaps together as well. And then I kind of like. Bro, it's funny how much like Samoan and Tongans and Polynesians are in the space, eh? It's like, especially in New Zealand, and Australia, bro. It's like
Jaden Lang was one of your first people that you crossed paths with, or you reached out to, and then you got that hit.
I have reached out to heaps, bro. Like, I literally copy and paste the same like message, but he was the first. I didn't reach out to him the same way, but
he was the one that needed somebody, and then you answered the call, right?
I used to watch Jaden's videos like all the time, even before I made the page. I always watch his videos, you know. Like, it's just got like real good content, you know. And then,
man, but I'm just looking at the flowing effect because of him. Like you then tapped it to like other people, because obviously when you hit one, especially one of that caliber, that's pretty much the fitness, you know what I mean? And like Butterbean, did you say? Bro, shout out to you, man. He's done fitness, so he's like in that realm a bit as well, but plus business as well, you know? Like when you're jumping like that and you're hitting names like that, bro, like everyone in that umbrella, you don't know who you're touching, right? But then they're just, oh, who did your stuff? Who did your
Oh,
stuff?
bro, it's like,
You know?
I don't know,
So
exactly.
bro, like I'm buzzing because I didn't go through like a route like yours, you know, where you're touching like I would say public figures in the content space. I more so went through like the route of touching creatives, you know, meeting creatives and connecting with them. But I think it's the common thing that we have here is like networking. You know what I mean? Like, bro, for you, like, did it ever cross your mind when you're filming for these guys that maybe um that they, and I don't mean this in a bad way when I say this, but did it ever cross your mind where you're like, bro, there's other people out there, like way better people out there. Like surely they can come and do it, but you know, not me. Did you ever
Bro, all
feel
the
like
time. I
that?
still think that now. Like,
Yeah.
that's the imposter syndrome kind of thing that I was talking about. It's like,
And then how do you deal with it?
I think you just gotta just like, firstly, be grateful. Like, be grateful of where you are. Be grateful of like the position you're in, but also just like not taking it too personal. You know, like if they got you, they got you. You know, there's a reason why they got you. Different people, like people I might like make an edit that I love, that someone on the other side of the world be like, that's not good, you know. But at the same time, you just gotta just like, I'm really big on backing yourself now, like, because I think you know, like what I was saying, we overthink and then not put the action to it, and that's the same thing here, where you just gotta just back yourself and just do it, bro. Like run 100 miles, and that's like, I was thinking that when Jaden, I was like, bro, he could have got any video. Right? There's probably hundreds of people, but he like chose a guy with what, like 50 followers and 2 posts to give it a crack. And I've messaged him like a couple months ago. We were meant to link up while I was here, but he's over in Townsville. But I was messaging him a couple months ago. I was like, bro, I just want to say I'm grateful. As like just I want to make sure you know that I'm grateful, you know, just for giving me that opportunity. Done the same with Butterbean, because I mean, look at his like socials. He's like at almost 400,000 followers, and I'm coming from someone that, you know, before this, I've never even had a public account. Like I always had Instagram private, only my friends. So that was another like,
That was big for you, to make it public.
yeah, it's like thinking in my head, oh, anyone can watch this.
The world now.
Yeah, but then like when you think of it that way, if you have that negative, you know, thinking, of course you're gonna like cancel your not post that. But if you think, oh, this could relate to someone that needs it, you know, or this could be inspiring for someone, bro, that's the way to think of it, you know.
Bro, that's such a good way to think. You know, it takes a lot. I feel like, do you feel like it takes a lot to bring yourself to that type of mentality?
Yeah. You gotta like, I think you just gotta like really, what's the word? I don't know. With like just like think to yourself, I'm him, or you know, I really back myself, you know. And whether or not anyone else likes my stuff, or whether or not it comes off good, doesn't matter. There's another opportunity out there.
Right. Nah, that's good. That's so good to hear. Um, I'm very similar in the same mindset as you, like that as well. I can't really remember if I was thinking like that when I first started. You know what I mean? Because you're like this is all within a year span. Like to have a mentality like that is so important. It's so important to always back yourself. And I think sometimes you just got to think like, yeah, they could have reached to somebody else, but they reached out to me. There's a reason. So like, I'll give it a shot, bro. You know what I mean?
There was one, bro, I remember watching this podcast, and I remember watching it the day before I made the account. I think it was like Tausanga and that, you know, the boys from,
Yeah.
and they were with Jaden, because I knew, like, you know, I was watching Jaden back then, and I don't know who said it, but it was like, you know, if God's given you a talent, you know, you need to, you know, like you need to use it.
Because he said if you don't use it, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, disrespectful. Even like for me, if I wasn't to use that camera, and that would be disrespectful to my wife and kids, because at the time they needed the money from that. So I was like, bro, I need to use this I didn't think to make money, but I just need to use it, you know? I just need to do it. And just doing it is like, bro, you just taking that first step of everything is like, that's the hardest step, bro. The first step of doing something. Because after that, everything follows, bro.
Yeah, it is. Would you say like after doing like Jaden, doing Bada bean. Um, how was your confidence after hitting those two?
Yeah, nah, I was like, it was good, bro. Because, like, not like a lot of people, but there was people that kind of like didn't think it was gonna pop off. Fair enough, you know. Like, I had like one kid on the way. It's like, what are you doing making videos? You should be, you know, looking after your kids, you know. And that's fair enough. Like especially in the financially time, you know, like, bro,
Yeah.
like you should be, you know, you should be doing that.
Yeah. Well, people are thinking of stability, right? Yeah, yeah.
So like I worked it around my 9 to 5, which I do encourage everyone. Like like stay in your job and all of that, and then just build this on the side. You know, side hustle. Like from I think it was J Boy who told me this. 9 to 5 is your work hours, and then uh, 5 to 1 or sorry 7 to 1 or 8 to 1. That's your side hustle hours. So and bro, the good thing about this was it didn't feel like a job, or it didn't feel like I could be tired as at work, bro, falling asleep, and I come home and then I'm like editing on my because I edit on my phone. I'll be editing like bro till like 1 a.m. and my wife's like, "I feel you're tired." I was like, "Oh, I'm really tired when the dishes come out."
I use the same excuse too. My wife can, she'll admit to this, man. I tell her I'm tired and I go to a room, bro. I'm wide awake.
That's the number one thing. I'm tired, and then you're in the room and you're scrolling till like 2. It's like, come on.
Oh man, bro, that's so good to hear, bro. And I'm so happy for you. Like, man, that first block, that's awesome, man. You know, and I think that that's important to say and to know as well. Is like when you come into the space bed, I think sometimes the vision and the things that you have in your mind that because every man has a way of working out how they're gonna make it work for them and their own. You know what I mean? Like that's part of what we go through as a man. It's like we know we got to bring in money. We got to try and figure it out because everyone's situation is different, you know. And so like sometimes when we have an idea or something in our mind and we explain it to people, they don't understand, you know. And we don't blame them. I don't blame them, you know, if they don't get it or not. But I also think to myself, bro, surely this idea, like there's a way to make it work. Like I'm not sure myself, you know. Even when I like say it to them, I kind of have a rough idea how it will play out, but it's not like, oh yeah, this is the way it's gonna play out. You know, you go through a lot of hit and miss. You know, do it and then like, oh, it doesn't work, and then adjust, right?
But bro, you'll never ever know if you don't even give it a shot. You know,
right,
like I would have never known what this could happen if I didn't even like if I chose to sell the camera because you know that's fair enough. You know, like yeah, like what you're saying, you never know like you until you fail. And fail is not like failing is not a bad thing, bro. No. You learn from that. I've failed heaps of times, like even on shoots, bro. Like I've done like shoots that like the clients like hated, bro, and then I lost the client, bro. It's all good, like, but bro, you just get back up, do it again. There's another guy out there that needs the same stuff, that likes your stuff, you know, or that. But you'll never even know if you don't post up that first video, or if you don't try and edit that first time, if you don't pull out your camera, you know.
So that was kind of like me with this space with potties. Like in the beginning, I had to go through these motions just to get over it. Like just to be like, oh, if I don't post, I could potentially stop. So I just did it for myself, just to push out those first few until I found my feet in this lane, and then I was like, oh yeah, sweet, this is it. And then I went on, you know.
It would have been hard too, because like there's so many podcasts out there. It can kind of like make you scared to start. Like, oh, bro, like I don't want to start because there's millions or there's thousands of podcasts. But bro, look at you, you're doing it now, and it's like.
Yeah, and I think it was like it's kind of similar with a bit about what we talked about before. That like for me, I saw that no one like there was no creative here in Queensland that I know of that is talking to other creators because everyone has a story, you know, and I know that us creators we have a story too. So I just thought I'll open it up and then see where it goes from here. And saying that as well, I think my personality and who I am, like my character, and that this plays well to me because I am one that loves to talk with people, like even if the cameras were off, like I still like to find out who you are, where you're from, how you got into this.
Bro, and you're easy to get along with. Like, bro, when I walked in front door, you come out and do it, like dap me up, and then like do the same with my in-laws that's there. Right, I was like, oh, this is good to know. So you can see that through your content too, and that's what you want, though. You want your content to show that. Eh?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the best way to be. Is just be yourself. Because you'll get to places like man. Because a lot of the things that you're talking about, how you get into all these spaces, I'm just amazed, bro. Like, I'm amazed at how your path has played out for you, like in the year. More so just amazed on who you've crossed paths with.
Bro, same.
It's like,
same. I would like 100%. All good goes back to God, like 100. He's looked after me like 1,000%. But yeah, like even like just using your networks through your, like, you don't realize how much people you've actually, have touching points with back, like before you even thought about like doing this. Like for instance, I was saying before, I use League as a good way to use the networks that I built in League. So like there's a guy, Eddie, Edward, he does the Dolphins content now in the NRL. Yeah. But so I was childhood mates with him growing up at primary and intermediate, and we played rugby and all of that together. So then when I seen him in the content space, I've been watching his stories like for a few years, and I was like, I want to do that, I want to do that. So I messaged him, and I talk about this in like my vlog that I was doing yesterday with Jai, and I talk about like how important it is to just reach out to people, reaching out and just asking for a coffee or something like that. But also having a tip I would say is like go in there without expecting anything out of it. Like just go in there, be a good listener, be a good be a good person, because good people will help out good people. But go into a coffee and don't or go into a shoot that you're gonna do and don't expect pay. Just go in and just, can I help you, or can I buy your coffee and pick your brain sometime? But you'll never even know that if you don't even send the message. Because people like hover over the message, they're too scared to press the message. Fair enough. I do that myself too. But it's just like, reaching out is like, I find is my number one way of how I've managed to, like, bro, look at us now. We're here on, bro, where are we? Logan?
We're in Ipswich, baby.
Ipswich, Ipswich. So we're here, Ipswich. Yeah. Bro, and I was just from a message I sent you a couple months ago, just saying I love your work. Would love to pick your brain when I'm over there. And then now I'm picking your brain on the mics.
And that's a powerful tip that you just gave there, to reach out. Because what's the worst that can happen, right? They could give you a scene, all good.
All good, I remember this.
I remember this. When you come over there,
I remember this when I make it. Jokes. But see, even I did that with Alpha. Alpha was over here. You've spoken to Alpha too. He was over here over in NZ, and I seen his story, and I was like, I messaged him, Supples, Greg, I love your stuff. Can I grab a breakfast with you? And he's like, bro, I'm in Mangry. Come for a feed. So then we went and had breakfast, and then that night, it's funny how it works. It's like, he's like, oh, bro, I'm shooting a music video. Do you want to come shoot a music video with me? I was like, oh, sweet. So we shot Nate Descend and all of them. Like, it was I don't even know if the song's come out, but we shot that. I shot with him and one of the other guys, LA Lens. I don't know if you've...
LA Lens. Oh, if like from Melbourne as well?
Yeah.
I follow him. Yeah. We talk like on the DMs.
So he's from Kelson as well. So like that's how we linked. But yeah, us three went to a shoot, and then, bro, even from that, or like I got more work, even to work that I still am doing this year coming. Yeah. But that all stemmed from just coffee,
I think that's such an important mindset to have as well. That don't expect anything to come back to you. Like if you're like that, man, you can just move on to the next. And it happens there, you move on to the next. Eventually, you'll find some people. Some people are different as well. Some people you gotta, I guess, put in the work to be recognized, by other people. Everyone's different, like in that way. But it doesn't hurt to just send a message.
Sometimes it's also like a bit of luck. Like you get onto a shoot, and then like for me, I'll go on a shoot, but I'll look for opportunities while I'm on the shoot. So you're like knocking two birds with stones. two birds, one stone. So like I'll go on the shoot and I'm doing the shoot, but then I see another videographer. So like that's what happened. I was on a shoot shooting behind the scenes for, I can't remember, it was a short film. But the guy who was running it was Ben Mika.
Oh, yo.
I seen it, man. I love Ben Mika. Like, bro, his stuff is just, I've watched his stuff for years, bro.
That dude is a goat, bro.
Him, Franz, and all of that. Like that group, you know. I know that group.
Franz is the man too.
Yeah, I know. I'm good friends with one of their boys, Julius. So, and I only met him this year too. Bro, there's too much people. Yeah, but so anyways, back to Ben Mika. He was on set, and I was just like the same thing, you know, just sitting around. I'm just like, Freck, I want to go say hi. So he was walking back to his car, went up to him. Oh, stop that. I'm Justice. I have a page called Seve Visuals. Love your work. Like, man, would love to do some art to pick your brain sometime. And he's like, oh yeah, bro. Like, oh, like nice to meet you. I'll follow you. So he followed me, and then
Wow.
I got Moana 2 premiere through him. So
True.
like,
Holy.
and I messaged him. I was like, bro, you're the man for giving me this. Like, and he's like, oh no, like he's real about helping out, you know, the Polynesian community in this. So Olivia Fuai was here. The premiere was in Auckland, and she needed a videographer. She asked Ben. Ben wasn't available, and he just goes, oh, I just met this guy the other day, so he got me. Bro, and I don't even have the gear. So so I asked Olivia, I said, can I bring a second guy? And then she's like, yeah. And so I bought Kanan.
Yeah.
Even I was telling you, Kanan in it, bro.
I seen that on your stories, bro.
He's the man. And I only met him, I was telling you before, at City Fitness in Rua. Yeah. So he was on the treadmill. And this is maybe, I don't know, like...
Mr. Every song is a reggae song. Yeesh, that man, bro. I'm a big fan of his stuff too, bro.
Yeah. Not only his music is good, but he's good at videography as well, photography. He does everything. Yeah, so I met him there, and then we just linked up, kept talking online, and he brought me on a few shoots, and then this was my way of kind of like repaying him back. I was like, oh, bro, do you want to come to Moana 2 premiere? And he was like, I was trying to find a way to get there, like to try and get in. I was like, oh yeah, come shoot with me. So then, like there's the way. Little did he know, like, bro, that bro did everything for me. He was doing the journalist stuff, like the interviews, but yeah.
Dang, look at that, bro.
Crazy. And I was listening to his music with my mates from church for years, bro. Like, we just listened to his reggae jams, just jamming and singing. I'm like, bro, I was sending my boy, because I have my boys from church and school and that. I always send them videos. I'm like, they're like, who does I know they think, bro, who the heck is this guy meeting this week? It's like, nah, this week I've got Kanan. And they're like, one of the boys is a big fan of Kanan. He's like, nah, that's crazy, you know?
Nah, man, I love that, dude. I jumped on, so like just a bit of a backstory. I caught on to Kanan quite early when I was filming. And the thing I loved about his stuff was like, because I think at the time I just kind of tapped into weddings, and I think he did weddings. He's been doing weddings for a while. And I remember this question that I asked him was like, do you shoot an S-Log 3? This was me to Kanan, because I was like, because I love those colors, bro. I just loved the look that he gave. And so in my mind, being still new to the space, I was like, I think he shoots an S-Log 3. So I think that's what I asked him. I was like, do you shoot an S-Log 3? Bro, the man's reply was like, nah. And I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, really? And he goes, nah, I think S-Log 3 is overrated.
True. Oh no, he's shooting, what is he shooting?
I don't know what he's shooting now, but back then, like this is a few years ago, like he said to me, like, nah, I don't shoot an S-Log 3, it's overrated. So to me, like, he helped me realize that there's other like picture profiles that you can use. You don't have to just use S-Log 3 because everyone else was using S-Log 3. So he snapped me out of that mentality. And then I started looking into like, okay, I'll probably try this picture profile. So I was trying different picture profiles until I found the one that I liked. And I was like, sweet. Because he said to me, anything that you can do that like just helps you shortcut, makes your workflow a bit more quicker, do that, you know? And so I was just like, bro, this dude, he gave me game. And that was the one thing that I remember from him. And then ever since then, I just like, I love the dude. And then just seeing how he went from that to like music, like, bro. Like, you know what I mean? To take this, what you know in the video space, and then go into doing music. Because I don't know if he was doing music already before he became a filmmaker. I'm not sure. But like to take this skill set into the music realm, bro, like you can make music and then they want a music clip, you can film the music
I
clip.
know.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like
now he's in music video clips of the Three Houses Down.
yeah.
I was like, I always say, can you save some gifts for the rest of us? Nah, he's talented. That's actually annoying. No, shut up.
Shout out to you, Kenny, man. The man, bro. Honestly. Using him as like, I guess, using him as another, I guess, motivation for me and what inspires me is like I love watching, like I follow creators. I love creators, right? But I love seeing creators do something different from everybody else. That sticks with me more than seeing like just a normal creating, if that makes sense, you know? And so that kind of brings me around to the next topic that I wanted to talk to you on is like you going into the YouTube space this year, you know? Um I do remember last year though watching a few of your like stories where you kind of did like you just did like a real short type of recap of your day or your week, you know, writing goals, like little small things like that. Um, is that what you started first and then decided to take this route or?
I have a lot of family in that like really wanna like, well, not just family, but like if you look at everyone like today, everyone wants to know like what everyone's doing, bro. Like for instance, I was saying before, athletes, like you want to know what they're doing every time of day. There's a lot of athletes that are going into vlogging now, bro, and that's because vlogging and that makes them more relatable because you get to know what they do outside of the 80 minutes on the field. What they eat, when they sleep, when they walk their dog, and all of that. But there's so much NRL players that are going into vlogging now, and it's cool as to see, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I just was thinking because I do that. I used to do that a little bit on my stories. Oh, I was doing that, and I am. And then I had a lot of people that were saying they loved the stuff. They loved to see what I was up to and that.
Because it's different. Like for me, it was different, and that's what stuck with me about you.
Because I like seeing day in the lives, bro. Like I love watching day in the lives. Like, but obviously, with Instagram Reels, it's only like a minute 30 that you could put it in. Or back then, I don't know if it's longer now, but it's short form. And I was looking at YouTube like for a while because I love YouTube, bro. I watch YouTube like. I've been watching it for like 10 years, bro. Like, I can't even name how many people I watch. But I always want to know like what people are up to. And I was thinking, man, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to think who out of the creative industry or like, there's not much creators that show everything outside. Obviously, because we're too busy focusing on the job.
Yeah.
But then people like nowadays, creators are getting like. Bro, it's getting massive, bro. Like
It is, bro.
you're almost like like it's almost, it's like another personality, like you know. So my thought was like, oh, well, if I was to create a YouTube and vlog what I do during the day, not only does it give people that, but it also feeds back into the business side because now they, the personal branding and now they know who's behind the business. Because let's say everyone wants to know. Like people like Elon Musk's the CEO of Tesla. But everyone loves Tesla because they know his it's owned by him, and that's kind of my thought process was like, oh, if I was to like really focus on YouTube this year, I want to keep building that up. But also on top of that not only that was that, but I also wanted to show people that it's not just there's also another side that I want, because I wanted to include my family in it, like my family and my friends. Like I wanted something that my wife and kids could be a part of, because obviously I'm out there shooting and meeting all these people, but like I want them to be a part of it. And every now and then they do get to come on the like work trips and that. But I wanted to start building something that I could do with my family, and then also, like my family and friends back home and all that. We were just thinking about vlogging our holiday, but then the vlogs ended up going into the world champ fight. I was like, Tole, that's too fast. But yeah, like, bro, it's just the way it works,
Exactly. Like, because you're doing this now, did you kind of think back to like everyone else that you had met and you did you kind of wish like, dang, I wish I vlogged like back then? I could have got like all these moments.
I'm big on capturing moments, bro.
Yeah.
I've done a reel in like way a long time ago. Like capturing moments is like number one. So like the main reason why my mom, so she actually passed away mid year last year, but she was
Sorry, bro.
nah, that's all right. Thanks, bro. She so leading up to that, she wanted me to film and do all her testimonies for our church, and then also like like her like last kind of couple weeks, and that really made me like see, whoa, like how important it is to capture these moments, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and to show people, and that's kind of like my thought process even behind this, where I was like, oh, like they seen the reel and the stories that I've done of Jaden or of Butterbean or whoever I've met. But that's only like a minute 30. There was like hours that we were chatting, and like all these other, like we had a feed of all like Wolfgang and Jack the Asian and Jackie the Asian, all of these people in this, but no one got to see that other than a story and music over it. But it's like, bro, you need like, I'm big, like I think bringing people along with you on the journey and documenting the journey, bro, that's like the way to go, bro. Because people get invested in it.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh man, what's he gonna do this week? I'm like that with like Mike Thurston. That's another one. Like he's a fitness dude in Dubai. I love watching his stuff, and he pumps it out like YouTube. Yeah. So that was like kind of my thought process on making a YouTube.
Bro, you're absolutely right with that. Like especially in the part when you're saying like, when you just show like a 10-second thing about who you're with or like where you are, like that's it. That's all they get to see is where you were, who was there, but they don't know what else was going on. That's very deep, because like I think for you taking that route and jumping into the YouTube space, like you said before, it allows people to know more about you, because like you said, like there's more to us, right, than just this. I've realized that as well. That's when I took that year break off, and I was like, bro, there's more to me than just filming weddings. Like I have a personality, man, but how do I show it? And then this came along, and then I was just like, there we go. And the one thing I love to do is connect, but now this helped me reach out even more to people. And so it's kind of like the same idea with what you want to do with your YouTube, show that other side. And then, because when people connect, well, from my experience, when people watch this, they get to see how I actually am, like how I talk, how I am with another person. And the cool thing is when they see me, I'm exactly that. Like I'm still the same. Yeah. Whereas like within like a short 1 minute or 30-second, you can switch up. You know what I mean? Like, but in this, you're eventually doing a long form. You're eventually gonna find you're gonna come back to who you actually are. You know what I mean? Like who you generally are. Like you might be excited for a little bit, but also depending on the moment or whatever you're doing. But then you'll eventually get back to how you normally are, how you normally speak, how like the genuine side starts to show.
That's a good thing though about vlogging as well and podcasting as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like happy as that the athletes are doing that, because it, like for them it humanizes them, eh? Like you get like you realize how relatable they are. They do the same things that we do, and or like the same thing that the people that are wondering do, and it gives you an insight into their life. And that's that was the kind of insight that I wanted to give, and I want to give this year. To show, I was saying it on the vlog, there's ups and downs, there's going to be weeks that I'm not going to have work, or there's going to be times that I'm in the trenches, or, it's not all just like what you see on the 10-second, stories with music over it and happy and all of that. I think being relatable is like,
it's key. It's key. I find like then you'll attract the people that you're supposed to attract. You know what I mean? Like they'll come to you because they like you for you. The cool thing, like what you're talking about as well with the athletes, is like it's exactly that. Everyone sees them in their training. Everyone sees them making the tries, making the plays, but they don't know the mental battles they go through until they speak on it. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, oh dang, that dude really didn't want to go training that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you don't know that, right? Because you just see him hitting the field. So I feel like you coming into the space and choosing to come into the space is like your time that you're supposed to come and do it, I did watch your first one, bro. I loved it, eh?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing about me as well. Is that when I have people on, or if I'm about to have them on, I do watch their stuff because, like what you said, I get a little bit of an insight of who you actually are, and long form helps me. Like it helps me really, really know who you are. Like I'm like, oh, like this guy, bro, this guy's here, you know. And then when you talk about the Gold Coast, and I'm like, bro, that's it. That's how I feel about the Gold Coast. I love the GC, you know. Yeah. And then you go to the gym, and the guy just let you go in. You know, like all those little things. I'm like, bro, this is cool. Like this is cool. Like, you know, and I love that. And I know I know as this goes along, man, more people will love it because they can see your shorts on your Insta. You can send them to YouTube, watch the full fig. You know, like there's content on content, bro. You know,
Long form can like, bro. I learned that strategy this year with Butterbean. Just like stretching out. Oh, not even Butterbean. I've been doing this ice project as well.
yeah. Bro, I've watched this stuff, bro. You're the man,
Bro,
Ice.
he's the man.
He gives mad value, bro.
And you do it too, bro. For the podcast where you clip, you know, and podcast is perfect for that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the same I want to do with vlogs, and I did that last couple of days ago, my first one, where for myself, I've done this for other, you know, clients, but never for myself. Where creating long form and then hitting points and, you know, or like finding bits that maybe might relate to people and just clipping it up and chucking it back so it feeds back into these.
Yeah, and like you'll find, like as you'll find when you take these short things and then you push those out, it preps you for the next one because then you're like, okay, there's more stuff I got to word out that are actually in my head. I need to get those out because they'll hit even more, and you'll get better the more you do it. The like my reels when I was taking them from the parties weren't the best in the beginning. I would admit that, but I just did it because I knew I was gonna fine tune it every time, anyways. You know.
Now those are the points you gotta hit, eh? Like being relatable with your, you know, like what we're talking about, and adding value, or like making someone, you know, feel a certain way. Like I when I was with BBM, I was doing a segment called Success 101 with Dave. Because obviously, like a lot of people are like, he's got different people coming for different reasons. So like people come to his content for fitness, but then also people come to his content for the charity work he does, and then people come to content for entrepreneur advice. So what I did was, like I said, bro, sit down. We'll have a coffee every single week, and I'll just ask you questions, give you a mic, and you just talk, bro. And you just drop some gems, like, because he's really good at that, the motivational speeches. So we created it, and that went, bro, great. Like, that was so good, bro. The numbers, analytics was so good because people love, they're sharing it. Like, it could be anything, bro. Like, but it got to the point where it's like, bro, like, Stylebender sharing it. And I'm like, bro, this is the content that I made. And Stylebender sending it.
See how good that is, though? Because you being a content creator, like, those ideas for people, like, you know, people up on that level, bro, you like picked it, you know what I mean, and then you highlighted, bro. Let's talk about this. They appreciate that, you know, because I could only imagine like Butterbean's mind is like so busy of all these other things, you know what I mean. And so for you to like tip in all these little ideas, oh, bro, the man will be open for it because he's a businessman, you know. He won't know it until he gives it a shot. So you know what I mean. So yo, like that stuff, it's so powerful both ways because then you start to learn off that too. You're like, oh, bro, this worked here. You know, I can use this later on.
That's exactly, bro. In what you're saying, like relating to people, like it could relate to, you know, like you don't know what could relate, bro. And number one thing that I see is people's like, nah, my day is boring, but it's like, bro, that's more relatable than anything else because everyone has boring days.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Because no one talks about it, you know?
Just no one wants to share that.
Yeah.
But I have this one guy, this young kid. His name's Benji Roach. He's from New Zealand. He's just like, bro, he was vlogging every day for so long. Like, not vlogging, just day in the lives. He's got a pretty good following. But like, bro, they're just nothing. Some days it's like literally wake up, have a shower, go to the gym, come home, sit down, eat, go back to sleep. And it's like, but people love that, eh?
Because we have a day like that.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
And like, but we connected because we're both Christians, you know, and we had a coffee and had a chat. But I was just like, I was baffled at like how much traction and stuff this gets when you're not doing anything. But it's like, that's no disrespect, right? But it just shows like how relatable like being relatable to people.
Yeah.
That's number one, bro. Like,
It is, man. And it's nice to see that like the world is coming that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think there's timing is everything, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's always nice to I guess be ahead of things, but there's sometimes it's not meant to be at that time, you know? And I think it's important to not just throw that on the back burner and forget about it. I feel like you just keep it there ready.
Yeah.
When the time comes, bro, then push it out then. And a lot of the times we won't know till we put it out
bro,
there.
you won't know, honestly. Like, you honestly won't know unless you just give it a crack, eh?
What was going through your mind, bro, when you wanted to jump onto YouTube? You know, like, because I know for me, and what I've heard from people is that like Google is the biggest search engine online. YouTube second.
True.
Yeah, YouTube is second. That's massive, you know. Gary V said that. So then I was just like, that's so true. If you want to smack our audience, bro, like YouTube is up there, you know. So everyone usually searches up Google for things. But if like for me, I'm not really a person that likes to read. I'd rather watch it. So I'll go YouTube and I'll search it, you know. So if people are saying that it's up there, that's the best place you want to go to, you know, or should be aiming to if you want to get people to see you like that. Because Google can't put into words, oh, this is Seve's day in a life, you know. But putting in a video when they see you, they see what you're doing, bro, the connection, the emotional connection is like spot on, you know what I mean? And so I think on that note, like, yeah, like, oh, sorry, I should have went back to the question. Like, how did you feel, bro, when you were making that decision, like, I'm gonna go YouTube this year?
I was just thinking, like, because obviously like transitioning out of running the BBM meter and then doing my own, and I was just thinking, bro, I gotta level up. Like, I can't be doing the same thing that I'm doing this year. You know, if I'm in the same place as I am last year, then I'm doing something wrong. Which this year has showed me. Like, I look at where I was last year, I'm like, whoa, like a lot can happen in a year, bro. So I was thinking, what do I need to do to get to this or get some progression by next year? Just that, you know. So then I thought I need to hit more apps, or I need to hit more people, because not everyone's just because I'm just on Instagram. Yeah. I was just focusing on Instagram, but then I like there's, you know, like different audiences. There's younger audiences on TikTok that could grow up, you know, like knowing your business name, and then when it comes time for them to need my business or my services and that, they already know because it's in the, you know, in the back of my mind. Or there's people that, you know, love YouTube, myself included. I love watching vlogs, you know. So I was like, oh, I need to make YouTube. Like, and then it's just like, bro, it's funny though. I have these chats with my wife here. I'm like, I don't even have a chat. It's just like a teller. It's like I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna make YouTube. She's like, wait, what are you gonna do this week? It's like, trust me, eh? Just that's the online. She's like, I always keep trusting you. It's like, hey, just trust me, eh? But but I said you're gonna be involved in this one. So, and she's not camera. Like, she is like, she does not like the camera, eh? Which is like, not like, that's a bad thing.
Right,
but like,
this could change it, man.
Bro, no, it is. Like the first one, if you've seen the first episode,
the fireworks, hey,
bro, she's loving it, and she's like, and she's fine with talking on camera, and it's like, that's cool. It's something that we can grow together. Because even before my first reel, putting myself on camera, I was just like a lot of creators today. They just show their work, but they never show themselves. So, like, for myself personally, I go to a page, and if I don't see their face, it's like, who is this? I don't even know if this person's AI generated, because AI's. Yeah. Bro, AI can do everything. Man, that's crazy. So, bro, it can even our so voice. I was gonna say it could even like fake this podcast right now. But then so like that's a tip I would give to creators. It's like, show your face, bro. Like show the person behind the camera as well, because people want to know who they're working for, you know, or who they're gonna, you know, who they're gonna bring in for the services. I think I seen a reel from this guy Leighton video on Instagram. He was talking about this. This was ages ago, bro, like beginning of the year, and that was when I decided to put my first video out of myself on it. And from then, you know, you get a little bit of, you know, like you know, mocks from your friends, and it's usually your family, but you just gotta just stick through it, bro. Like,
I think because of last year when I started seeing your stories, how you were sharing it with like showing your day and all of that stuff. Bro, I'll be honest, it inspired me, man, because this year, that's one of the things I wanted to do too.
Man.
Yeah. But it's because of you, bro.
Thanks,
Like, because I saw your stuff, I was like, dang, this is what I want to do as well. Yeah. And so, my wife has been using like that same DJI Pocket 3 because I bought it for her last year when she started to take off in the fitness stuff. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing now, but I'll get that because of the quality, all of that stuff, and how easy it is to set up. Like, if you guys don't know, bro, the Pocket 3, like the DJI Pocket 3, I think a lot of people have got it now.
bro.
You know what I mean? But it's like the one, eh? Like, it's the one. So I asked my wife if I can borrow her one. And I use it more so for things like yesterday. Yesterday I went and did my first consultation meeting with a couple that I'm filming their wedding in 2 weeks' time.
Oh yeah.
I've done a lot of consultation meetings over the years, so I got a lot of experience there. I just like took that thing with me, and that's all I talked about was like what I do to prep myself for a consultation meeting. And when I got there, I didn't film it with the couple because I just went in there. I wanted to focus on them. When I drove back, I talk about how it went, what I talked about, what I did.
Exactly, bro. That's it.
And then give game. Like, I'm like, this is because I think it's important for people to understand like what works for me works for me. It may not work for them, or they might have a structure already. That's fine. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that like I've done it for so long, but I can still learn because I allow myself to be open to anyone. You know what I mean? If someone's been in the game for 2 years, we just talk about it because there'll be, I can guarantee there'll be something that they will say or you will say, and I'm like, bro, that's so good. Like, I never thought of it like that because time changes.
Harder. You gotta be a sponge, bro.
You gotta move with it, eh? You gotta adapt, bro. Because if you're just fixed in what worked 3 years ago, bro, 3-4 years ago, AI wasn't as out there as it is now. So you gotta be able to keep up, right?
I mean, a big thing that I use now that wasn't even invented or not, I don't know, it wasn't big back then, is ChatGPT. Bro, like, I can't, that's scary. That's like, crazy. If you buy the full version, I don't know, $20 or something, bro, you can like write whole scripts of movie sets and all that. Like, a lot of creators I know were telling me to use that. But like, that's like what you're saying. It wasn't even around.
Exactly. And like some of the, well, what do you edit on? What program?
Premiere Pro.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. So even that stuff started to implement AI stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a podcast.
Yeah. There's Choppy Up. If you use Photoshop or if you use Lightroom, there's a bit of AI in there. I think with Premiere Pro, they just added like a video extension. So you can go, if you've just done a video for like, say, 3 seconds, you can extend it using AI.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Like, you see how evolved it gets, bro. Like, you have to keep up, bro. You know, like, times change, bro, and so we have to go with it. And I feel like this generation that we're in now, we were born prior to be prepped for this time because we could do it.
I mean, even marketing, bro. Marketing's changed. Like, I don't know who I was talking to about it, but like, you look at old school media or old school marketing, like news or billboards, like, bro, or even just like a sign behind a coach's box at a stadium. Bro, who watches a game and looks at a stadium when the camera goes on the stadium? The coach is like, oh, I didn't know that sponsored him. It's like, no, nobody, like, you know, like, not really, you know. But like, you put it on you know, you give a creator your product to wear in their vlog, or you give you know, to do a product review. Oh, bro, like, that gets crazy. I mean, like, look at the creators now, like Uske, like how he's got the Crocs and Red Bull or whatever, you know. And then also Javier, he's been doing I think he was doing like KFC in there. It's like, bro, like, that just shows like KFC's a massive business, you know.
Big, especially among us polys, bro. Love our KFC.
Harder, we love it.
I was just curious, bro, and I want to ask this as well, because you've had that good year span. I'm just curious to know what's some of the lows, or what's one of the lows that you've had in your journey so far.
Oh, I wouldn't say it as a low, but I would say it as a rough time, a tough time was definitely the period where, as I was mentioning, my mum, she got sick. It was also a blessing at the same time because, as I was talking about before, I just started with Butterbean, so he gave me the freedom to work from my mum's house because I lived out south, she lived out west. It was hard. Like before that, I was working out south as well, so I never got to see her. So those last like couple months, I was just purely out there most days working from there, and that was a blessing just to be alongside mum. But yeah, that was a tough time. Just especially filming the last kind of like words and last testimony and stuff. But I look at that and I have those memories forever. I've got it on my hard drive that I've locked away, and I saved it forever. And every time I do, like have like a tough time, or I do have even a good time, like I have good jobs, I always go back to that and I just rewatch it, bro. And just like it just remembers, like I remember what she says, I remember what she was telling me, and that would be a tough time for me. I don't want to say low because I see it as a blessing because she's definitely gone to be with the Lord. But yeah, but then I look at it and I think, man, what happens if I didn't pick up the camera back then?
Yeah.
How would I wouldn't even have the opportunity, not only to be with her in these last ones, but not to also capture that, And that's why I say everything works, everything works together, So that's the biggest blessing. And I try and remember that as much as I can, is just be grateful to be in this, like for myself personally, to be grateful to be here, because I could be, who could know?
Man, I think that's what me and you have in common, as we've lost a parent. Is your father still alive?
Yeah.
Yep. And so, yeah, it just brings a lot of things into perspective, especially time, and how we use our time, who we spend it with. I realize that big time. I'm so like jealous, but in a good way, that you got to film your mom.
And that's what someone else has told me too.
Honest, bro, like in a good way, because I didn't get to do that with my dad, because I this came to me like later on, like this talent, this gift. I've always had it with me, because I go all the way back to when I said, this camera here. So this is my first camera. Like I go way back to these days, the Handycam. Yeah, and so the memory card that's in here has got my dad.
What?
Yeah. And so this is all I got of my dad when he was alive. So I got him talking, and like I got some in there, but I wish I got more. You know what I mean? But because of that, now that I'm able to do this, man, my mom, like crazy. I've sat my mom down, and we've just talked about life. I think I got like a good 3-4 hours, or maybe no 5, 6 hours of just footage. That's all I did, was just sit her down and just talk about her life. Mom, where were you born? What did you do as a kid? What school did you go to? Who was your favorite brother or sister? All those things, I run her through that. But because I took her mind back there, a lot more came out of it, because you have to, I think that's the power of a creative, is that if you not just create visuals, but also create a memory in the mind, create a space and let them go there. And then that's when a lot comes out, So, man, me and my mom, we were crying a lot, man. Like hearing out her life, especially when we came to the part where she talked about dad. That block was so long. But I think like, yeah, like that there, I understand when you talk about it. My dad's birthday is on the 1st of January, so every New Year's is his birthday. So I just go through a phase. It's like this year will be 11 years. I still feel it.
Still feel it, eh?
You know what I mean? Like, still feel it. Like, I think this year I felt it harder than all the other years. And I think it's just like that, when you grieve, like there's
no time, yeah. That's the same for me, bro. Like this was our first Christmas, our first New Year's, my first holidays without my mom, and it's like you'll never get over it. You just learn to live with it, eh?
Yeah.
But then it's good to have those memories in your mind, but then it's even better to have that captured.
Yeah,
And a lot of people
100%, bro.
a lot of people they're too scared to pull out the camera. Like when it gets to like let's say a wedding or something, and like say, oh, come take a family photo. But like a lot of my family or cousins and that, they're like, oh no, like too like, well, this is back then.
Yeah.
Like too scared. Oh no, too cool, and or even like just pulling out your phone and like growing up, I was always that guy. Like we're at somewhere, I'm taking a video and saving it all on my Snapchat memories.
Yeah.
Or like, and it's like a lot of times it's like, oh bro, you have to pull out your camera at everything,
Yeah.
But it's like, you guys don't realize we're gonna reminisce, or we're gonna think, we're gonna wish we had something here. In 10 years. And bro, it's almost hitting 10 years, and some of those memories, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I took that photo.
And that's why I guess I put out that like little thing where I was just saying, like, 1 minute they're here, 1 minute they're gone. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. And we're in this space where we appreciate it that much more, that we have this ability to man, really, really make it, those memories live for long. So yeah, man, good on you for catching that with your mom, It's a tough moment, hey,
Oh, bro.
but like what it's done for you on the back end here, been awesome.
That edit, bro, was the hardest edit I've ever done in my life. Like, I've got it on my what do you call my reels? My mum's I don't know, testimony or tribute. And that will forever stay on my page. Like, no matter where I go, that always sticks with me. Even if, I always think no matter how big and how much followers and how much thing and all of this gets, I'll always go back to, that and just remember, like, remember why I'm doing this, remember who I'm doing it for, and remember who I am. And it's just grounding, bro. And that's what you got to do, eh?
Yeah. So important, man. Bro, that's so good. So nice to hear. I think I was gonna ask you like, what's one of your highs, but like, bro, you've had heaps, heaps of highs, But I'm just curious though, like, has there ever been if you can, bro, was there ever a moment that you remember when you filmed or whatever you were doing, and then it was at that moment where you thought to yourself, you know what, I'm supposed to be in this game. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing the filming because, you know what I mean? Like at some point when you're doing this, there's usually a time or something that you're doing, and then it just all gets like you then accept it like at its fullness. You're like, yeah, I'm meant to be here. You know what I mean?
But I think it was Jaden.
Oh yeah.
Because that was such a big thing for me, bro. Like, I was like,
and the way it happened too. You know what I mean? Like you messaged, he replied.
Yeah.
That even reply is buzzy. Hey.
Oh, bro, I screenshot and put on my close friend story on my personal page. I was like, boys, look at this. I cracked it. Nah, but like that, not just that, but that whole day, like that was when I was there. My cousins were there in the line, like waiting to take photos of all like the creators, like all of the boys there, Wolfgang and all of them. And I was there at the front taking photos, and I was just like,
that's mean to see.
I think like. But then they're asking me after, how are they? Like, what I was talking about? Yeah. We think, like, oh, they're there, we're here. But it's like, oh, but they're just like everyone else. Like, just a good dude, Like, shouted us a drink or shouted us a feed. And the same way. Like, I had the same, it was probably then. And then another one would be the UFC. Sorry, not the UFC, the CKB boys, where I have no idea how I got that, to be honest. I can't remember. It was some way. Maybe. I know it was definitely through Shane Young. Yeah. He's an MMA fighter. Ex-UFC, but still MMA. Big name in New Zealand, bro. Yeah. Mad fighter. Good dude too. And he reached out to me, but I can't remember. Yeah. But then went on a shoot with him. And just being there in the CKB and meeting Navajo Sterling, and I done a video for him and done some photos of, got some, and I'm taking a photo of Stalbin. I'm like, I'm getting in a photo of Israel Adesanya. Like, what the heck? On a camera that I bought on Marketplace secondhand, bro. I was like, what the? But that was when I started realizing, okay, like, like this is a gift that's given from God, but I'm definitely meant to be here, Yeah. And I'm going to use that, like, to the best of my ability. But yeah, Jaden, him, Butterbean as well, like all those like touch points as well. Yeah, bro, it's just
Yeah, and I think that that's so good, bro. Because like I feel like everybody needs a confirming moment. Like everybody needs, and some confirming moments don't have to be as big and as broad as yours. Some of it is just like for people, they just get their first pay. Like someone actually pays
That's a
them for
big
the
one
first
too.
time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that's the moment. I know. Like what was yours? Yeah, did you have that as well?
No, the same thing. Like, when I made my first $50, like off a shoot, I was like, what? I went home, bro. Let's go for a feed KFC. Straight up went KFC with my wife and kids, and I was like, wow, this is. I was telling, this is. We didn't have this KFC before this shoot. It was like a 6 hour shoot for $50.
But like even that alone, because I think the real you come to a realization that like it's you and a client. Like they pay you. There's no one else. It's not like a job pays the boss, then the boss pays you. No middleman, man. As you know what I mean? Like I remember for me when I first got my first pay, man, like for filming, bro. No joke, bro. And I wish I filmed this. I think I was just too caught up in the moment. Um, like they paid me cash as well, and I just went to the car, man, and like I had butterflies, like out of a tingly feeling, but I held it because I'm walking in the city, so I don't want to like express myself. So I held it all the way till I got in the car. But as soon as I shut the car, bro, I screamed, bro. Honestly, I was just like I screamed loud as I was just like yeah, like because I couldn't believe it. I was just like this is what it feels like. Like this is what it feels like to run my own business and get paid from what I can like give. Like that's I realized that at that moment, and I was like, I need this is what I need. Like this is what I need to feel like this all the time. Like it was just such a good feeling.
That was like me too, because like it took months of practicing how to edit and learning and watching YouTube videos, like, and then I get my first $50 and like we're at KFC and I'm like, I'm boasting about it, bro. Like I freaking made $1 million. It's like, I thought this is off something that I was mucking around with when you're telling me to get off and go do the dishes. Now look at us, we're eating this.
It's sound.
I was like, see, look. I kept saying, she's like, yeah. And then, yeah. Now, like, it's like, yeah, it's just blessing, man.
That's mad, man. It's mad. I feel like some of the guys that I have on, man, a lot of us were dreamers, We dream of things like this. And then it's nice to have a partner who's like about the real thing, reality, like this is how we got to get it. I feel like there's a good balance when you have one like that, because then they eventually start to understand your dream. Because we dream a lot, but sometimes it's hard to explain the dream. So sometimes it's best to just show it.
Bro, I don't know.
This is what I got.
Sometimes
This is what I did.
they're realistic, they're just being realistic. But it's like, my thought was like, the first person I need to convince is like the one closest to me. And if I get them on board, that's all I needed. And then eventually, everyone else will just follow. Like,
Yeah. And if they don't, it's all good. All good because you got that one.
yeah. So that was the only two I really cared about. So it was my own little family, and then also my parents and my brothers and my siblings. Sorry, and I was like, if I have these around me, all right, I don't really like need anyone else. Like, and then eventually, bro, that just grew, and like,
So good to see. Hey, it's so good to see, man. We've chatted like a lot, bro. I feel like we've covered like a lot of good stuff today. Honest, bro. I feel like this year is like, especially your points, the stuff that you touched on, man. I felt like they're very needed, especially to kick off the year. So I'm pretty sure, bro. Like this year will be like the first, but I'm sure we'll run back another one, man. Surely at some point I might be an NZ on the next one.
oh, bro, key.
Who knows? Yeah, but I think just to wrap things up, I'll just hand this time over to you, Seve. If you just want to do a few shout outs to people that you are grateful for that have helped you along your journey in the creative space, who are people that have really stuck with you along the way, and maybe even people who just were seasonal, people that came in, helped you elevate in some way and left. You know what I mean? Are there any people like that come to your mind? I'll just pass this opportunity and you can shout them out.
Oh, jeez, there's a lot. If I haven't, like, all the people that I've like said already earlier in the podcast, I just want to like express like how grateful I am for yous in any little way that you guys did. My family, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, everything, you know, all the like it doesn't go unnoticed, bro. Like honestly, I remember a lot of times that like you guys were there for me in this last year, and I just want to express how grateful I am. I honestly thank you, thank the Lord. Honestly, number one, just want to thank the Lord. Like everything that's happened this past year is from Him, and I'm just super grateful. But also even for the bad times, and I just want to always give God glory, and that's what I want to do this next year through whatever content or whatever pieces I look to make. And yeah, if you're a client, hopefully I can please you through my work. And yeah, thanks to Mark for bringing me on. Yeah.
Nice, man. If you guys haven't already, to follow along with Seve Visuals, I will drop his Instagram handle. Is there any other social media you're going to try and tap into?
Instagram, just made it a TikTok and
TikTok as well?
YouTube.
Okay, so I'll drop all of those links in the bio for you guys to follow along. And also, fam, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow this. I will have more creators on online that I'll talk to, but I think just to wrap on, the last thing I want to say to my brother over here is that I feel that your mom is very proud of who you are, you know, and what you've done with your life to get to this point. You know, I'm pretty sure she's proud because I know my dad is, you know, of me. So I just wanted to let you know, like,
Bro, thank you. That actually means a lot, bro. Honestly, straight up.
So yeah, that's us, fam, man. Thank you. Thanks, Seve, for coming through. That's us.
Yes, sir.